They must have heard me.
Loving Dying Light is like loving a petulant child. It does good things for a while and you cheer it on because everything's going so well. And then it gets in trouble. It does something so ridiculous, you can only cry out, "Why are you doing this?" Then again, if you come to Dying Light because of developer Techland's pedigree, this is part of your expectation. A fun game with a lot of potential, a smattering of frustration, and the occasional glitch. But as troubled as Dying Light often is, it's still special, and so you stick with it even when you want to tell it to go stand in the corner until it's willing to behave. Many of the expectations arise from Techland's Dead Island games, and rightfully so. This is a zombie game with weapon crafting, a stamina meter, lots of fetch quests, and plenty of head bludgeoning. Dying Light, however, sets itself apart rather quickly, particularly with its parkour system, which sees you running across its two large urban areas from a first-person view. It takes a short while to get used to climbing onto ledges, which requires you to be looking at them in the proper way, but then it's off to the races, and you're running across rooftops and sneering at the zombies below, most of which can't handle a big climb. Rushing through the open world this way is fun, and it energizes certain moments of tension. The Far Cry comparisons are obvious, such as with the way you unlock a few of the game's safe houses by climbing tall towers. But the climbing requires more finesse than it does in Far Cry 4, and some of the towers are outrageously tall, making the whole thing a tense exercise in precision. And tension is the second aspect of Dying Light that sets it apart from its zombie game peers. There are some light-hearted references and cute visual gags, but for the most part, this is a dead serious post-outbreak world. Most important to the sense of tension is the day-night cycle. When night falls, particularly dangerous and fast zombies roam the city, and the entire timber changes. You need to be wary of the vision cones of those baddies and avoid direct confrontation, but you'll occasionally get mobbed in spite of your careful movement. These undead are more persistent than the Liberty City Police Department, so the best option is to run until you lose them. You can hold a button to look behind you and see how close they are, and talk about tense moments. It's been a while since a zombie game actually scared me, but that look behind you move reveals some startling sights. Throw in a 3-pronged upgrade system that makes you stronger and more agile as the game progresses, and you have the foundation of a great game. Alas, Dying Light flounders too often for it to achieve true greatness, though it will surely develop the same kind of cult following that Dead Island has earned. The open-air exploration can be downright terrific, particularly in the second half when you enter the Old Town district and encounter the game's best climbing and leaping paths. But when Dying Light puts you to work, the results are wildly inconsistent. For many hours of this super long game, you're an errand boy, a problem so prevalent that lead character Kyle Crane even remarks upon it.
Look, all I want to do is get this over with.
Go flip this switch, go collect crayons or mushrooms or coffee or blah 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 blah. The missions get more interesting just in time to get more frustrating. There's a timed mission in which you plant bombs while besieged by zombies. There's an ambush by gunners while you swim, in which it's easy to be killed before you can even understand what's going on. You get plenty of tools to help you survive, throwing stars, tons of melee weapons, and so on, but some of these missions are just set up in such frustrating ways that you want to shake your fist and shout, "What were you thinking?" to developer Techland. But that's Dying Light for you. The highs are really high, like player invasions that turn the game into a competitive arena for a bit. You can adventure cooperatively, but it's this sudden competition in which player-controlled monsters come after you and try to kill you in freaky ways that adds real spice to the mix. But then the game will do some weird or bad thing, like getting you stuck between a fence and the ground, or putting you in a tiny area with a huge ground-pounding thug, or obscuring the screen with so much haze and bloom during a boss fight that you can only shake your head. But I gotta say, the parkour is tight, the world looks good, and the story, well cliched, got me to actually care about these people. And so I still root for Dying Light, even when it tries so hard to dispel my love. Sorry, Dying Light, but I'm sticking by your side.